Hey everyone, I hope you all are safe and doing good. So in the series of learning Python programming language, we have discussed inheritance concept in Python. In the previous video, we have seen diamond shape problem in Python, right? And how to solve that problem in Python, right? Now the next topic is file handling in Python. So this thing we will see in this video. Basically what I'm going to cover. First, why you need file handling? Because till now we have done many things in Python. We have written many programs, we have done many projects. Then why the need of this new concept, right? Even if we are able to make project in Python, then why this file handling concept? So this thing is very important. So first, if you are a teacher, so whenever you want to teach a new concept, or if you are a student, you want to learn a new concept, the first thing you need to clear is why you need this concept. Right, so first thing we'll see in this video, why we need files, why we need file handling concept. Second thing, what is file handling, what are files, right, this thing. Then how we are going to implement file handling in Python. So these three things we'll see in this video, right? So almost everything about file handling. So this video is going to be a little bit lengthy, right? It's like you can say file handling in one video, that kind of video, right? Okay, now why you need file handling? See, whenever you run a program, then what is the process? See, we have RAM. It's volatile memory or main memory, right? And we have hard disk. This is a permanent memory, non-volatile, right? So whenever you want to run a program, then that program would be first loaded into main memory, right? So suppose let's take simple example, addition of two number. So this is our console, and we will take two number and like 1 and 2, and addition is 3. So addition of two numbers. So that program would be first loaded when you want to execute that program into main memory, right? So the values, whatever value you will take from console and the output, that is 3, that is everything is in main memory, right? So we take input from console, we just print something, the output on console using variables, right? Till now we have seen that thing. And once you close that application, once you close this program, everything is gone. Whatever data you have worked upon in this program, addition of two number, that is gone now, right? Because that was in non-volatile memory, RAM memory, right? Now what if you want to store this data permanently? Okay, that is just a simple example. Why you need to store like these two numbers and addition of these two numbers? That is just a simple example. I just want to clear the logic. If in some situation you want to store the data on which data you have worked previously in that program, or the output of the previous program, whenever you run that program previously, if you want to store that thing permanently, so where you need to store? Obviously in disk, hard disk. So here files come into picture. Using files we can store that data permanently on disk. And here the file handling concept comes into picture. Second reason is, if you want to work upon a large amount of data. Suppose if you want to input a large amount of data. So obviously that is not possible with the help of console. From console, like you just write down the data, you just give input that amount of data using console. That would be a tedious task. So what we can do, suppose that data is stored in a file. So we can directly fetch the file from the hard disk. So that file would act as input, right? This file is having a large amount of data. So we can directly fetch this file, and that would be as input in your program rather than just typing that amount of data. Third thing, obviously RAM is limited amount of memory, right? So if you want to display a large amount of data, that is also sometimes not possible with help of console. So we store that data in a file directly, right, on hard disk, and we can view that file, right? If you want to display large amount of data, so that is also not possible on console because of limited space, limited RAM memory. So we can store that data into disk with the help of files. So these are some reasons we need files, we need file handling, right? So file is simply what? It's just a sequence of bytes, where you will store data permanently on secondary memory or on hard disk. Or you can say file is simply a container, or we can say file is simply a named memory location where you want to store the data permanently. Using that you want to store data permanently on disk. Simple. And managing of these files is known as file handling. Like open this file, read data from this file, write data into that file, closing a file, right? These kind of operations we will do. So that thing to manage the files, to do these operations, that thing is known as file handling. So now I hope you got the reason, the answer of this question, why file handling concept, right? I have told you mainly 3 reasons. And also we have seen what is a file and what is file handling. Now, third question is how we are going to implement file handling in Python. Okay, before that, types of file. Basically, 2 types of file, text file and binary file. Text file, as the name suggests, it will store data in human readable form. Means it is a sequence of like alphabets, characters, numbers. Those are text files. We can directly open these files into with the help of text editor, and we can read whatever is there in that file. Like the extension is .txt file, .csv file, like .py file. These are text files, right? Now binary files. So binary files contains known human readable characters and symbol. We cannot read those files directly. We cannot open these files in text editor, right? Those are binary files, and these are used to store images, audios, videos, zip files, compressed files and executable files. These are binary files, right? These are having a special type of coding which we cannot directly read, which a human cannot directly read, like in text files, right? So these are 2 types of file, text and binary. On both the files we are going to work in this video. With the help of program I'll show you, right, how to open a text file, binary file, how to read a text file, how to read a binary file, how to write a text file, how to write a binary file. With the help of image we'll do this thing, right? Okay, now first thing, if you want to do, basically some operations on files are open, read, write and close. These are mainly 4 operations, but there are many more operations as well, like tell operation, seek operation, many operations. So mainly these 4 operations, right? So first of all you need to open a file, right? If you do any other operation, like if you want to read something from that file, first thing obviously you need to open that file. Suppose like this, I have this file, like I have this file, notes file. So if you want to read something from this file, first I have to open this file, right? Same thing we need to do in case of program. If you want to write something, then also first of all you have to open this file, then I can write, right? And once reading, writing on or any operation I want to perform are done, then I'll close this file. So this closing is also very important, because whenever you open the file and read and write, then some memory would be allocated to these file objects and all. So you have to close that file at last to free that memory, so that that memory can be used by some other process, right? Okay, now how to open the file first. Syntax is what? We use this open function. This is inbuilt, no need to import anything, right? And mainly 2 parameters you need to give. First is the file name, right? And then next is the mode, in which mode you want to open this file. And this open function will return, you can say a file handler, or you can say an object. So that we will store in a variable. Suppose file object, this is going to return an object. So if you want to do any operation on this file, reading, writing or anything, or closing the file, with the help of this file object we will do, or file handler. This means file handler or maybe file pointer. If this is a file, so this is basically pointing to this file. It's just a pointer to this file. Like if I want to read the file, then from where I want to read that file. So this pointer will show me from where I can read the file. If you want to write the file, write something in the file, then this pointer will show like from at which position I can write the file, like this. So this file handler or the file pointer is very important. So whenever you open this file, this open function will return that pointer. Further, if you read write, then we will do all the things with this pointer or this file object, or you can say with this file handler. Right? Now, what are these modes? The access modes. Means in which mode you want to open this file, what type of operation you want to perform on that file. That would be decided according to the mode. According to that only you will open that file in that particular mode. So basically 6 type of mode. Read, write, append. Right? And then R plus, W plus, A plus. Don't worry, I'll discuss this thing practically with program. Right? So R means it will open the file in read mode. Write means in write mode, means if you want to write something in that file. A means append mode. Append means, see, write or append are different. Right? Append means you want to add something at the end of the file. If there is some text in the file, suppose I have a file and here I am having hi. So append means at the last of the file I want to add something. This is appending here. Means after this text, from here I want to add something. R plus for both read and write. W plus is also for read and write. A plus is also for like read, or you can say read and append. But obviously what is different between R plus and W plus, that would be cleared when we take one example. But I hope the theory is clear to you guys. Right? Now let's see these different modes with the help of program. Okay, so let's first create a new file. Let's name it file handling.py. Okay. So first thing, obviously you need to open a file if you want to read or write something in that file. So how to open, I have told you a syntax. See, we have this function, this is built-in function, so no need to import anything. Open, and what you need to pass the file name and mode, and obviously some extra parameter also, but right now the main 2 things you need to focus is file name and mode you need to pass. So what file name I'll pass, because I don't have any file right now. So if you want to first of all create a file, for that also we have something. We have X mode or we have write mode as well, that also will create a file. But let's discuss first X mode. So just name a file, suppose file1. I want to create this file and .txt, and after that comma mode I want to give X. In single quote or double quote you can give this thing, right? And then whatever this open will return at that file object or the file handler, that I'm going to store in, suppose F1 for file1, F1 file pointer or file handler. Okay, let's run this and see what will happen. Let's run this. See, nothing would be shown. So the main motto of this X is to create a file. Name of the file is file1. So let's see this file has been created or not. See, here in this we have this file1.txt, and if you open this file we have nothing in this file, right? So X is used to create a file, but the problem with X is what? If you want to create again this file, the same file with the same name, then it will give error. So the same program file1.txt, if I want to run again, let's run this, you will get an error. See, file exists error. File exists. This file1 already exists, so you cannot create a new file with this same file name. So this is the problem with this X. So if you are sure that this file doesn't exist here, then you can use X. But if you are not sure that this file exists or not, you can use write mode. How to use write, that also I will show you. Okay, now basically we have created this file, file1.txt, but there is nothing in this file, right? So if suppose I write something in this file like hi, so this is I have written like hi, I am Jenny and we are discussing file handling in Python. 2 lines I have written in this file. So now I want to read the file. So in which mode you need to open? The file name and mode you should give R. So see, what is this R mode? Different types of mode. R mode. This R mode will open the file in read mode. You cannot write something, and the file handler or the file pointer exists at the beginning of the file, Next point is it will give an input output error if the file does not exist, right? And it is also the by default mode for opening the file. So this is R mode. Okay, now let's see. This has opened this file. It will not print anything. See, it will not print anything, but this has opened the file. Opened means this F1 is now a file pointer, a file object that is pointing at the beginning of this file. At the beginning means here, at H. It is pointing at H now, the file pointer. So if you want to read the content, then we have a function read. So how you can use that function F1 dot read, and whatever you will read the content, suppose I am going to store in a variable data, and then I am going to print this data, right? Let's run this. See, hi, I am Jenny and we are discussing file handling in Python. So whatever the content was in that file, that was on our console now. So we have fetched the data from that file, right? This is how you can read the file, but this is by default also. So if you do not write down this access mode and if you simply write this file name, then by default the mode would be considered as read mode. So if I run this, then also the same output you will get, right? But if this file does not exist, suppose I am writing R here, and if this I am giving a file underscore the name underscore 2. So we know this file does not exist here, right? So it will give error. Let's run this. See, file not found error. In line number 1, here file2.txt, no such file or directory. So if file don't exist, it will give a error, right? So this is what read mode. Next is you cannot perform the write operation in this mode, right? If you want to write something in this file or in any file, then we open the file into W mode, that is write mode. Okay, now let's first read what is write mode. See, R plus we will see later. Write mode, this will open the file in write mode only, right? We cannot read the data from the file if you open the file in write mode. It overwrite the file if file already exists. If file already exists, then it will overwrite the content of the file. Means it will erase the content of the file, and then whatever you will write, that it will write the new content, it will write in that file. Or it will create a new file if file doesn't exist, right? And where is the position of file handler? The file handler exists at the beginning. So this is what write mode. This file2 does not exist. Let's just comment out all this thing. We know this file2 does not exist and we are opening this in write mode. So if does not exist, it will create a new file. Let's run this. Obviously it will not print anything, but now we have this file2, a new file. There is nothing in this file, right? So if file does not exist, it will not give any error, it will create a new file, right? But if file already exists, suppose I want to open file1 already exists, right? And see, in file1 I am having this content, so this will be erased, right? This will be erased when you open the file into write mode. The previous content would be erased and new content, whatever you will write, that would be added. So let's see, open this file1. Right now I have this thing in write mode. Obviously it will not show anything, but let's see now file1. See, now there is nothing in file1. So means it will overwrite, the previous content would be overwritten. Now I want to add something. I want to write something. So just call write function on the file handler f1.write. What you want to write? Let's write down something like this. I want to write welcome to Jenny's lectures. So f1.write. The file pointer is at the beginning. So from the beginning it will write. So welcome to Jenny's lectures, right? Let's run this. Obviously we are not reading anything from the file, so it will not show anything. But whenever you see this file now, file1.txt, see welcome to Jenny's lectures. this is written, welcome to Jenny's lecture, and previous content was erased, right? Okay, so this is what write. If you want to access, suppose if you want to access, like let's read the content, whatever this in this file. So simply print and call this read function. It will give error. See, IO error, unsupported operation, not readable. Means we are opening this file into write mode, so it will open the file in write mode only. Read operation would not be supported, right? So this is write mode. Now open the file into R plus mode. R plus means it will open the file in both read and write mode, right? But okay, let's first I'll show you. See, this is R plus mode. Open the file in both read and write mode. And where is the file handler? File handler exists at the beginning. Plus, if file doesn't exist, it will give error. It will not create a new file, right? So this is R plus mode. You can just note down this thing. Okay, let's do this R plus mode. So if file don't exist, suppose I want to open file 3. So obviously it will give error. Let's just comment out these lines first and let's run this. So if file doesn't exist, R plus will give error. No such file or directory exists. File 3.txt in line number 1, where we are opening this file, right? So let's open the file 1.txt in R plus mode, both read and write. The file handler or the cursor would be at the beginning, right? Now it will open, like it will not give any error. See, obviously it is not printing anything, but it is not giving any error, right? Because file 1 already exists. Welcome to Jenny's lectures with the content in the file. So R plus is not going to erase the previous content, unlike W mode. Okay, now first, why we need this R plus mode? Basically, if first you need to read, then write. In R plus mode, first the process should be read and write. So let's read the content of this file. Just print f1.read, and after that I want to write something. So let's write down here, this is Python course, right? I want to write this thing. So both read and write we are doing this thing, right? Let's run this. So first we are reading. So welcome to Jenny's lectures, because in file 1 we are having welcome to Jenny's lectures, right? Then we are writing, this is Python course. So see, in the file now we are having, this is Jenny's lectures and this is Python course. It is only printing welcome to Jenny's lectures, and after that it is adding here, this is Python course. Okay. Now the thing is, first I want to write. Let's write first. What will happen? So, because obviously both read and write we can do. So I want to write first, then I want to read. Okay, let's see. F1 dot write, and just I want to write hi. That's it. And then I want to print F1 dot whatever the content in the file. What do you think? What it will print? Pause the video and think about this. Let's run this. See, it is what it is printing. LCOME to Jenny's lectures. This is Python course. Why so? Because first it will open the file in R plus mode. So at first the cursor would be at the beginning. Previously file was WELCOME, welcome. This was the file. WELCOME, welcome, right? So cursor was at the beginning. Okay. Now, because in R plus mode when you open, the cursor would be at the beginning. Now I want to write HI, hi. So cursor is at the beginning, so it will write H here, I here. It will HI. So WE would be erased, HI. So if you want to modify the content, then open this file, open the file in R plus mode. HI, that's it. Now cursor is here. Now from here I want to read. Next is read, F1 dot read. So F1 is at this position now, and so it will read from this position only, so it will print this line only, not HI. I hope you got the working of this R plus mode. That is why I was saying first read the content. If you want to read what is in the file, so first read, then write, because first if you will write, then it will modify the previous content, right? So wherever, if you want to modify this file, like a large file and 2 or 3 line I want to modify, right, then just move the file pointer to the particular position, and then you can just override that content only. If you want to do this kind of thing, then you open the file in R plus mode. How you can move the cursor? We have a seek operation, right? So if you want to find out where is the file pointer, the position, then we have a function tell. So f1 dot tell. After writing also, I want to print this f1, the position here, and after reading as well, I want to find out the position of the file pointer 3 times. So let's run this. Let's just do again. Welcome to Jenny's lectures, and this is Python course. This is our file. Now I want to write down hi, and I want to read then the position of the cursor. So at first, see, the file pointer was at 0 position at first after opening, right? Once you have written hi, now it is at second position, right? 0 at 0 position, then 1, and at 2 position, at 2, here was the cursor. Then after reading this content, after that the file pointer position is at 48, means in the last here, after reading this thing, at last it would be at 48th position, right? So this is how you can just, if you want to find out the position of the cursor or the file pointer, you can just use this method. So this is R plus mode. And first if you read and then if you write, then first if you read, then you read from here and the cursor would be at last, and then if you write, then it would be something like append, because we are writing at the end of the file, so it's like appending in the file. Okay, so this is R plus mode. Now we have W plus mode. So what is difference between R plus and W plus? Let's see first W plus. See, this is W plus mode. It will open the file in both read and write, okay, same as R plus, but and as well as the file handler exists at the beginning of the file, okay, same. It overrides the previous content. If the file already exists, then it will override the previous content, right? And if file doesn't exist, it will create a new file, right? So in overwritten, in this concept, it is different from R plus mode. R plus mode, if file don't exist, it will show an error. But if W plus mode, if file doesn't exist, it will create a new file, and it will override the previous content if file exists, right? Let's see. So we are opening this file 1 now in W plus mode. So if file don't exist, suppose file 4, this file don't exist. Let's just comment out these things. So it will create a new file, file 4. No output, but we have a file 4, right? And yeah, at last, better to use first close, f1 dot close. This thing is important, right? Okay. Now, already existed file I want to open. So file 1. So right now in file 1 I have this thing. Suppose I have welcome to Jenny's lectures, and this is Python course. So if you open this file in W plus mode, it will open in both in read and write mode, but previous content would be erased. So now in this file, see, I have this content. Once I run this code, and after that I'll show you the file 1, then there would be nothing. See, just run this, nothing would be shown here. But if I want to check file 1, see, there is nothing in this file. Previous was erased, means it was overwritten now. Now, obviously, if you want to read anything, there is nothing in the file. So first thing is, what should be the process? First write, then read. And in R plus, it was first read, then write. That was the, you can say, exact, or you can say the correct process of reading and writing, right? Now first write something in this file. So how to write? F1 dot, we have an operation write, and I just want to write here hi and welcome. That's it, right? Now I want to read. So, and see, 2 times I want to write F1 dot write hi welcome, F1 dot write this is Python course, and then data, then I'm reading the data. Okay, because obviously both we can do read and write. Let's run this. See, it is not printing any output. So this is, you know, where the student, most of the student get confused. We are reading the data, and obviously W plus is for both reading and writing, but still it is not showing anything. What is the reason? This point is very important. See. Okay, let's see this file 1. Do we have any data? Yes. Hi, welcome. This is Python course. So see, hi, welcome, and this is Python course. But it is not printing anything. Why so? The problem is, see, let's first check out the position of this thing. Position of the file pointer using F10. So, first, after opening the file, check the position. Then writing hi welcome, check the position. Right? Then after writing this, again we are going to check the position. Then after reading the data or after printing the data, check the position. Right? Let's just delete these things. So this is our program basically, right? 4 times we are checking the position. Let's run this. See, only position it is printing, no data. First, it was at 0th position. At first, obviously, the file pointer was at in the beginning. When you open this file, means here in the beginning, right? Now, we are writing hi welcome. So at first, there was nothing in that file. Then hi welcome was added, hi welcome was written in the file, and after writing this, the position of the file is at 10 position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 after E, because from 0th the position would be started. So here was the file pointer after hi welcome. Then we have written this is Python course. After writing this, again we are printing. Then after writing this, the position of that file pointer was at 31. 31 is here at the end, right? Now we are reading the data, but position of the file pointer is here, and after this there is nothing in the file. That is why it is not showing anything. What it will read? So to read the data, you have to move the position, the file pointer, the file handler again at the beginning. Then you can read. So for that also we have a function. So after writing this, just here I am moving that file pointer. We have a function seek, and at 0. Obviously you have to pass here offset and from where you want to move two arguments basically, but that also we'll see later when we discuss seek function in detail. Right now just pass 0, means at the beginning I want to move, right? Now it will show, see, hi welcome, this is Python course, and the position of the, you can say, file handler. Now after moving this cursor, again I want to print where is my file pointer, where is my file handler. Let's run this. See, after moving, after here, once it was at 31st, it was again now at 0th position, because we have used this seek operation, seek function, right? Now it is printing everything. So this is how you can read in W plus mode, right? I hope now you got the answer of your problem, right? And this is very common problem. Students see, because this is both for reading and writing. We are reading, but it is not showing anything on the console. Why it is not showing? I have told you the reason. Okay, this was W plus. Next is append mode A. Let's comment out this thing, and we will again open this F1 dot, sorry, F1 equal to open, and file name is, now first let me just show you what is append mode. See, it open the file in append, or you can say write mode, but obviously write and append are different. Write means it will erase the previous content, the cursor would be at the beginning or anywhere you can write. Using the seek operation we can move the file pointer, and anywhere you can write. Append means by default it is going to append, means at the end of the file, right? So the file handler exists at the end of the file, the previously written file. Here the difference. And if file already exists, then at the end of the cursor would be at the end of the file handler. If doesn't exist, it will create a new file, right? And the newly written data will be added at the end of the file. This is append mode. So file 1 is we are having data in file 1. Hi, welcome, this is Python course, right? If there is no such file, suppose I just have deleted this file 2 as well as file 4. So there is only file 1. So let's open file 2. There is no such file 2. Let's run this. It will not give any error, and see, now we have file 2. This is a file 2, right? So if your file is not there, then it will create a new file. But if file is already there, like file 1. Okay, now just open this in append mode, and let's write down something. F1.write, and I just want to write like hello students. Okay, let's run this. See, it will not show anything, but in file 1 I have now hi, welcome, this is Python course, and hello students. Append means at the end, because the file pointer was at the end, and from here it will add hello students, right? But it will only open in the append mode or read mode. If you want to, sorry, write mode. If you want to read, then it will give error. Unsupported operation, it's not readable. In append mode, you can only append. You can only write at the end of the file. If file don't exist, it will create a new file, right? Okay. Now let's do this A plus mode. Let's open this in A plus mode. A plus means both append and read, right? Now, first, if you read, if I do not append anything, if I don't write anything, and because I have told you file 1 already exists, in file 1 I have like hello students, so let's just remove hello students, and this is our hi, welcome, this is Python code, this is our file 1.txt, right? I want to read this, because I have told you in append mode it will open the file both in read and append mode. So maybe you think let's read what is the content, then I will append, right? Okay, let's read. F1.read. It will not show anything. See, this is again a problem. There is no error, but it is not showing anything. And why so? And yeah, in file 1 we have content. Hi, welcome, this is Python course. See, A plus mode is what, when you open this file in A plus mode or in A mode, append mode, the cursor or the file pointer is at the end of the file. Means, at the end means here. And from here, you want to read. So obviously, after this, there is nothing in this file. So what it will show? Nothing. If you want to check, after opening, let's just print the, where is that position of that file pointer. See, at 33rd position, means here, at the last. So how you can read anything, right? What is A plus mode? It will open the file both in append and read mode, append, or you can say write and read mode. File handler exists at the end of the file if file already exists, or it will create a new file if file doesn't exist, right? But it will not erase the previous content, unlike W plus mode. W plus erase the previous content, or you can say it will overwrite the previous content. So directly if you want to read, just move this cursor at 0th position. Now it will work fine. See, First it was 33, but we have used the seek operation, and then hi, welcome in this Python course. That is fine, right? Now, if you want to, you can say write something. So let's write f1 dot write Jenny's lectures, right? Let's run this. Okay, this is printing this thing, but in file we are having hi, welcome, this is Python course and Jenny's lectures at the end, because we are appending. Cursor was here, right? So I hope you got all the 6 type of modes. But now, if I have a binary file, suppose I am having a text, image. Let's have an image. So this is, I am having my image 1.jpg. This is in this project only, right? If your file is not in this project, here in this directory where you are working, your Python directory, if it is suppose in desktop, then you have to provide the complete path here, like this. A file name is myfile_desk.txt. This file I have on desktop, so directly I cannot use myfile_desk.txt. See, let's just comment out this line. See, I want to open this myfile_desk.txt in read mode. This file is on my desktop. So let's run this and it will give an error. See, in line number 16, you are opening this file and no such file or directory. File not found. Right? So if you want to open this thing, then you have to give the complete path like this. Like this, the complete path. Now we can open this file in any mode if you want to open, like in read, append or anything. Let's run this. See, and in that file I was having only hi at first, and then I have added Jenny's lectures. Hi was previous content in this file, and now I have added Jenny's lectures. Hi was previous content, and then I have added Jenny's lectures, right? So this is why you have to give the complete path if you want to access the file which is outside of this directory, right? Now let's have an image. I am having this image, my image1.jpg. This is my image, right? This is my image file in this project only, in this path only, right? Now if I want to read this thing, so let's just my image1.jpg and let's just read this. Nothing else I want to do. Okay. In read mode, and then I want to read the content of this image. What do you think? What it will print? Let's see. See if, okay, it is giving this error. Unicode decode error. Okay, because the mode is for binary file, it is RB. R was only for text file. RB, WB, R plus, RB plus, WB plus, this is the access mode to open binary files, right? So RB, let's run this. See what you are getting here. This is something we are not getting anything because this is binary file. We are not able to read. What is this? So if I want to move this file, this image into another image file only, I want to show that thing. So I can take like F1 is equal to open and my image 2, a second file I am going to take, JPG, and that I am going to store in WB mode, means write mode. I want to write this image into here, right? So just use for loop for I in F1, right? Just write in, let's take, obviously you have to take second pointer F2. So F2 dot write, and whatever is this in this I. So whatever we are getting from F1, that data, we are just writing that into F2. Okay, so we are creating a second image. Let's comment out this thing and let's run this. Obviously it will not show anything, but it has created a image2 file. See, my image2.jpg. If you open this, now you are getting the same image that was in my image1. My image1, my image2, same image. So like this you can also work on binary files, right? This thing you can try, but the mode is different, RBWB like this. Okay, this thing also you can try. So this says what all about, I guess, file handling, the modes, and the tell operation, tell and seek operation, and all the different type of operation and all the type of modes. I hope you heard this, right? So just practice this thing with different examples. So I hope you got the file handling concept in Python. So now I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.